So I feel the underlying is, again, don't look at stocks, don't look at stock market from a very short term perspective. If you become an investor, there are great chances that you are going to be on the winning side.
I will be trading options as long as I'm living.
जो इंट्राडे करता था, क्योंकि मैं इंट्राडे ट्रेड करना पसंद करता हूँ, मैं प्राइस मोमेंटम देखता हूँ, उसी हिसाब से मैं ट्रेड करता हूँ.
वो भी ऑप्शंस ट्रेड करके, ऑप्शंस इक्विटी ट्रेड करके कितना क्या कमा सकता है, मैं आपके सामने ओपन कर दूंगा.
Hello millionaires. So we just saw our favorite stock market YouTubers proudly speaking about the trading style that they love the most, that they endorse. Correct. We can see these YouTubers, someone is a proud option seller, someone is only into long-term investment, someone is a pure intraday trader, and someone is an option buyer for that matter. Right. So every stock market YouTuber or a good trader, we can see that they have a niche, they have a forte, they have a very specific trading segment, a very specific activity that they do in the stock market. But again, when we speak about beginners, retail traders like you, when you come into the world of stock market, you see all these trainers, you see all these YouTubers, and then you see intraday trading, you see option selling, you see swing trading, you see long-term investment, and you are confused as to what to do in the market. I have personally faced this myself. I did not know what to do in my early days. I tried my hand at intraday trading, then I tried my hand at swing trading, then I tried my hand at options intraday buying, a lot of things. And this is one common problem that a lot of you face, that is to select what to do in the market. Whether to do only swing trading, whether to do only option selling, or to focus on everything at the same. Correct. I've personally seen people who are good at swing trading, just because they are seeing someone else is doing good in intraday trading, they feel fear of missing out, FOMO, and then they also start trying intraday trading. Right. So there is lack of clarity in this domain. People do not know what to focus on, what to do, which stock market activity, which trading style that they should follow. So this video, again as part of this psychology series I'm doing, helping you become a good trader at heart, this video is part of the series which will give you clarity, give you a good mentality, give you perspective so that you can succeed in trading. Again, the question to be answered here is, what is it? What is the kind of trading? What is the stock market activity that you should be focusing on? And what is the perspective that you need which can help you do that, right? So yes, as I always say, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel right away, because as I did in Malayalam, I'm planning to do a complete A to Z comprehensive stock market learning series here on this channel absolutely for free. More than 1 million people have learned from this in Malayalam, so probably I'll be doing this very soon in English, so make sure that you subscribe. So if that's the case, without further ado, let's get right into the video. The name is Shariq Shamsuddin. Welcome to Market Feed. So to get to the bottom of the problem, I'll just simply ask you a few questions and you just have to answer these questions in order to get the clarity and the perspective, in order to understand what is it that you should be doing in the market. Only intraday, only swing, only options, or all, or if you're planning to do everything, how to do everything together. Complete clarity is what we are going to get in this video. So the first question to you is, what are you doing here? Why are you trading? What are you doing in the world of stock market? And the most common answer I get is, everyone says, I want to make a lot of money. I want to get as rich as possible. But as I always say, that is not the right answer. Yes, you can make a lot of money. You can get really rich. But again, that is not a really good target. It's not a goal to have. If you keep it as unlimited money, you'll never reach that goal and you'll just keep chasing it, and you might end up failing in the process. So that's why it's good to have a well-defined goal. And that goal, my dear friends, is achieving financial freedom. Right? That is why you are in trading. That is why you're in the world of stock market, so that one day you need not depend on your job, or you need not depend on exchanging your time for making money. You can invest so much so that one day your money will start making money, and from that money you can live your life. Or you can trade and make so much money that so you can invest that money, and that money can make you money so that you're financially free. So that is why you should be investing money. That is why you should be trading, so that you have enough money to live a happy, peaceful life. Financial freedom is why you are trading or investing your money for. Right? Now, why you are here is clear. If that is clear, the next question to you is, how can you do that? How can you achieve financial freedom by using stock market? Now, if you have watched my previous video, you will be in a situation to answer this. I'm giving the link to the previous video in the I button. So we talked about having a very conservative target per year, per month, per week, and then working in a very good manner, trading in a good manner to achieve that conservative target. If that target is achieved every year, then we can easily achieve financial freedom. And what is the target that we set for ourselves in last video? We said we can target in making somewhere between 30 to 50% ROI every year. Yes? We start trading with a capital, we make 30 to 50% of that capital every year, then we can achieve financial freedom. So that is something I said in the last video, but again, do you really think you need to make 30-50% every year to reach financial freedom? So I recently gave a TEDx talk where I spoke and demonstrated that a person who is making an annual return of nearly 15% per year, he can also reach financial freedom in a good amount of time. If you haven't watched my TEDx talk, I'm giving the link to that video also in the I button. So what I'm trying to say here is, you're here in the world of stock market for achieving financial freedom, and that could be achieved even if you're making 15 to 20% per year, but then it would take you somewhere nearly maybe 20-30 years for doing that. Then if you're actually actively participating in the world of stock market, you're making 30-50% per year, then you can actually reach financial freedom probably in 5 years or 10 years or 15 years. And even when you're doing that, in that process, you can probably have a much better lifestyle. I hope things are getting clearer from you. You're not here in the world of stock market for doing intraday trading, for doing swing trading, for doing option selling, for long-term investment. That doesn't matter. What matters is the returns that you generate every year, every month, every week. That is what matters. But I know that is a very general answer. You still need a very clear answer as to what exactly is it that you should focus on. We'll definitely discuss about that, but I wanted this fundamental idea to be clear, right? If that is clear, let's talk about the actual stock market activity that you should be focusing on. I'll give you very simple clarity by showing some tables to you, right? So first question to you here is, would you like to be a long-term investor or a short-term trader? Let's understand the difference between these two things. A long-term investor is someone who invests into the market and then probably is into that position for a very long term, waits for 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years. So why should you become a long-term investor? You can invest in the long term and then you can easily make somewhere around 15 to 20% every year. And as we discussed earlier, even making 15 to 20% per year can make you financially free at the end of the day. So even becoming a long-term investor will help you in achieving your goal, which is getting financial freedom, right? What I'm trying to say is, even if you are not trading, I've seen people who think that you have to trade in order to get rich, you have to trade in order to become financially free. Not the case. You can only go with long-term investment, generate 15, 16, 18% per year. Even then you can reach financial freedom. So it all depends on you. If you do not have much knowledge about the market, if you do not have much time to put into the market, then you can just go for long-term investment and then still achieve financial freedom. But again, if you are someone who has knowledge, who has time to put in, who can put in a lot of effort, who can take in a bit of risk, you can go with short-term trading, where you are getting into positions in a day, maybe getting out on the same day, you're getting out after a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You're trading actively, where you're accelerating the process towards financial freedom. You're making, if you're doing it well, you're probably making 30-50% per year, so that you will reach financial freedom in 5 years or 10 years and also have a good lifestyle, generate good cash flow for you in the process, right? Reach to a decision. We want to go with long-term investment or short-term trading. Say you want to go with long-term investment. What all can be done there is the question. I'm presenting to you a table which will make things really easy for you. Now again, long-term investment, as you can see here, you can either invest in an ETF, an exchange traded fund, or into mutual fund or directly into stocks. So if you look into ETF and mutual fund, you can do it passively. As you can see there, even if you do not have much knowledge, even if you cannot put in much effort, even if you cannot take much risk, you can still put money into ETFs, exchange traded funds and mutual funds. Right? Exchange traded funds, if you do not know that, do let me know in the comment section. We can do another video. Basically, you're investing into Nifty Bs. You're practically investing into Nifty. What I'm trying to say is, even if you're a person who does not have much knowledge about the stock market, you can invest into mutual funds and ETFs and still make a returns of somewhere between 12 to 18% per year. Still, you can reach your final goal and aim of achieving financial freedom, right? The second mode of doing long-term investment is the active route. The earlier was the passive route. This is the active route where you need to have knowledge. As you can see there, you need to have high knowledge about the market because you are selecting stocks for yourself. You're going to make a portfolio of probably 5 to 8 stocks for yourself and going to invest in that for the long term. Again, the returns here are much higher, returns of nearly 15 to 40%. When I speak about returns, returns can even be higher than 40%, can be lesser than 15%, but I'm giving you a good target. You can easily target 15 to 40%. So knowledge required is high. Effort is definitely more effort than mutual funds and ETFs, and risk is also more than that of mutual funds and ETFs. So it all depends on you, what kind of a person you are. You can look into this box here, this image here. You can think for yourself what you can do, what you have to do. Depending on that, you can decide what you want to do. Right. Now, long-term investment is very clear for you is what I believe. In that case, let's move ahead into the short-term trading part, which I am sure you're most interested in, right? You want to know what you should focus on. Is it only intraday trading, only swing trading, or should you also consider option selling or option buying, right? That is what you want a clarity on, right? Then let's do that right away. As you can see on the image here, I'm trying to compare swing trading, option selling. So I'm selecting option selling specifically because that is something I also do very rigorously. So we're comparing swing trading, option selling and intraday trading. Let's compare them, and when we are comparing them, you should ask questions to yourself. Are these attributes that you have so that you can decide whether you can go with it or not? As you can see here, if you look into the returns from swing trading to intraday trading, the kind of returns that you can generate is increasing. Swing trading, you can target somewhere between 30 to 50% per year. With option selling, you can target somewhere between 30 to 60% returns per year. And in intraday trading, it is from 40 to unlimited returns per year, right? Sounds good, but again, there are risks. We have already discussed about that in the previous videos. So yeah, returns are increasing from swing trading to intraday trading. But if you look into the risk part or the knowledge part or the effort part, in all of them, we can see the difficulty level increasing from swing trading to intraday trading. If you look into risk is medium in swing trading, right? Oh, I did not clarify what I mean by swing trading and option selling and intraday trading here, right? So swing trading, I mean when you buy a thing and hold it probably for a few days, a few weeks or few months. And buying what all? It can be a direct equity, it can be futures, or it can be options also. So swing trading, I mean swing trading in futures, options, or even equity. And by option selling, I mean pure option selling, where you're selling options and probably holding till expiry. And intraday trading, again, it can be in direct equity, it can be in futures, it can be in options, option buying, option selling, but purely intraday. That is what I mean. So we were looking into the risk element there. So swing trading, we know the risk is not that high. We buy a good fundamentally strong company, it might go down, but we can hold on to it. It can go up after a few days. We can get our returns, our profits. So risk is not that high. If we look into option selling, the risk is absolutely higher than the risk in swing trading. If you look into intraday trading, the risk is highest. It's even higher than option selling and swing trading. If you look into the knowledge part also, swing trading requires knowledge, but again, option selling requires even more knowledge, and intraday trading requires the highest amount of knowledge. Right? For intraday trading, you have to be a pro technical analyst. You have to know the intricacies of price action. But again, in order to become a option seller, you need to know both fundamental analysis and technical analysis and even sentimental analysis. You have to understand the sentiments of the market. But again, to become a swing trader, the requirement of knowledge is absolutely lesser, right? When we look into effort also, swing trading can be done by people who are working, who are actively in jobs or in business. They can track the markets whenever they have time and still do swing trading. But probably options trading, it requires more of your time, and intraday trading, it requires a lot of time. You have to be in front of the system for most of the time in between 9:15 a.m. and 3:30 p.m. when the market is open. Only then you can probably become a great intraday trader, generating somewhere between 40 to unlimited percentage of returns, right? So again, now understanding this, looking into this, I hope you understand the fact that you have to ask yourself, do you have enough knowledge to become an intraday trader? Do you have enough time in your life to become an intraday trader? Are you a person who is working, who cannot take time from your office hours in order to look into the broker's terminal in order to do intraday trading? If that is the case, probably you can plan on becoming a swing trader alone, right? So the whole point of showing this, now I'm showing you a consolidated picture of whatever we discussed till now. Looking into this, I want you to ask questions to yourself. What is your knowledge level? What is your risk appetite? I have seen people who cannot take much risk, but again bringing all the money, putting into intraday trading and then risking all of the money, losing all of the money. So ask yourself, what is your risk appetite? Ask yourself, what is your knowledge level? Ask yourself how much time and effort you can put in, and according to that, you select what you can select from this, right? Now this is an ideal way of answering. I'm sure you can probably take some time out, consider it from this, and then select a way of trading which is best for you. But again, the best way of doing is the way which I followed, and probably the way all of these star YouTubers followed in finding out their niche, is what I'm going to tell you now. The practical way of doing is, which is, take your capital. Do not deploy your capital completely into swing trading or completely into intraday trading or completely into option selling. In your early days as a trader, when you do not have clarity and knowledge as to what is it that you should focus on, deploy as little capital as possible to swing trading, as little capital as possible to intraday trading, as little capital as possible to option selling. Try everything out, right? Try everything out and find what you are best at. And that is what probably I did, and that is what probably all of these YouTubers and your favorite celebrities did. They tried their hands at everything, and one day they got this revelation that one specific area is what they are best at. One person can be his best at swing trading, he might not be great at option selling and intraday trading. Another person can be a great intraday trader and he cannot, or he might not be a great swing trader. So now, when you get this clarity for yourself is when you can go all in on that trading style. And as I showed in the beginning, a lot of these YouTubers, they are focused on only one thing. Now again, the next question is, should you just focus on one thing? Is that a necessity? No. If you know that option selling is the best thing that you do, allocate maximum part of your trading capital for option selling, and then probably you can have a 10-20% remaining, which you can probably use for intraday trading, where you have some proficiency. You can also deploy some amount for swing trading. So what matters is your expertise and your skills in these three verticals, right? Depending on your expertise and skills, you can deploy that percentage of your capital. If you think 50% skill you have in option selling, deploy 50% for option selling. If you have 20% skill in intraday trading, deploy that for intraday trading, 30% for swing trading. So it all depends on you allocating your least possible capital in the early days to try and experiment everything so that you can get to know what you are best at, and when you do that, only then deploy rest of your capital and start doing that in the best possible manner, right? So this is what I wanted to tell you. And one thing, please promise me, if you do all these trading activities, option selling, intraday trading, swing trading, make sure and promise me that you'll definitely put a fixed amount of money into a systematic investment plan, either in a mutual fund or in a diversified portfolio that you have created for yourself. How great a trader you are, you need to invest for the long term as well, right? So that is the answer I have to give to you, to all confused traders out there. If you're new in the market, one thing for sure is make sure that you invest for the long term. Irrespective of whoever you are, you invest for the long term. And then talking about the specific trading styles, try everything in the beginning, and when you get a hang of it, when you feel that you are going to be a specialist in one thing, then go all in on that and probably deploy lesser capital to other things only if you feel like. So again, bringing in a cricket analogy here. So becoming an all-rounder is not necessary, and it is difficult becoming an all-rounder. Everybody cannot become an all-rounder. what you should focus on is becoming a specialist like a Virat Kohli or a Sachin Tendulkar, right? That is what you should focus on, and that is what you can see all these star traders are doing. If you missed that, that is what you should focus on. So I think that's it from my side. I know I take some time out, I explain things in a really long manner, but again, that's my way of doing things. That's my way of presenting. So thank you for bearing with me, listening to me completely. I hope you got some perspective again. I hope you got some clarity in becoming a better trader, a successful trader. So yeah, so if you like this video, make sure that you hit the like button. Also, you go down in the comment section and get into a very healthy conversation, a very healthy discussion there. And also, as I always say, do share the video with maximum traders and investors as possible, as we are building India's largest community of intelligent stock market participants here, right? So yes, again, if you've forgotten to subscribe to the channel, make sure that you subscribed as well. So that's it from my side for today. This is Mr. Adishaktam signing off. Stay safe, stay invested. Bye-bye.